Sing this song all over for my empty friend. Hold my hand and put it up high. This is not the end.
So the last thing you want on a night out is your makeup to not last the entire night. So to prevent your eyeshadows from creasing up and fading, use an eyeshadow primer anywhere that you will be applying eyeshadow. Because it was so highly requested, I'll be using the Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. I already have a few other tutorials using 1, 2 and 3 which I'll link below. The first shadow I'm taking is a skin tone shadow. It's a matte shade and I'm just going to be applying this underneath the arch of my brow and blending it out. I'm using a matte shade because the rest of the shadows on my lids are shimmery. The next shadow I'm going in with is called Booty Call and it's a white shimmery shade, and I'm just applying this around the tear duct of my eye to draw some light to that area. Next I'm going to go in with a shadow that's slightly darker than Booty Call. It's this one here called Verve, and I'm just going to pack that on the inner half of my eyelid. And you just want to focus on laying down the colours first, and then we'll build up the intensity of the shadows later on. When you're doing a smoky eye, it's best to work from light to dark and build up the colours. So I'm taking this darker grey shade and I'm applying it on the outer portion of the eyelid, and then I'm going to sweep it in towards the lighter grey we applied a second ago. The next shadow I'm taking is called Tease and it's a lilac taupey shade, and I'm applying this in the crease of my eye to add some warmth and definition. I'm taking a little bit of eyeshadow on the tip of my brush at a time and building up the intensity, and I'm using back and forth sweeping motions to buff and blend the eyeshadow. The last colour I'm using is this one here called Blackout. It's the darkest shadow in the palette, and this is really going to give our makeup look that smoky effect. To complement the cat eye, I'm going to draw a line angling from my lower lash line up towards the end of my brow and then blend in from that line. To find it easier, you can use a piece of tape. I just prefer the finish that drawing it on gives you. It's less harsh and not as perfect, which is the look I'm going for. Once you start to blend in from that line, you want to take the eyeshadow up into the crease as well. That'll give some definition there. So I'm just using sweeping motions to pull the colour across the crease. Then you want to go back in with your blending brush and just buff along the edge of that black eyeshadow to blend the black and the taupe shade in together. So now that we've all the shadows laid down, you want to go back in and build up the intensity of the shadows. So you just want to keep adding colour and blending until you get the colour payoff that you want. To add some drama to this makeup look, I'm going to create a very thick cat eye, and I'm not going to go into too much detail in this tutorial and make it any longer than it needs to be, because I've already have a tutorial showing you how to create the eyeliner, which I'll link down below if you haven't seen. When you do eyeliner as thick as I have here, when you apply your mascara, your lashes can become non-existent, so I'm just taking a pair of really big fluttery false lashes and applying them. To balance out the smoky eye, I'm going to go down along my lower lash line with the black shadow, and I'm taking it first of all really close to the roots of my lashes, and I'm bringing it all the way into the tear duct. Once I have the black laid down, I'm going to slightly smoke it, going in about halfway across the eye. Don't usually wear eyeliner on my waterline, but I think for this look it's perfect, so I just applied a jet black liner to my waterline. To blend my own lashes in with the false ones, I'm taking this volumizing mascara and I'm just pressing my lashes into the false ones. So here's a quick look at the finished eyes, and then we're going to move on to the face. I've already applied a long wearing foundation, so next I'm going to go in with a face powder and I'm going to lightly dust this over the face to set that foundation so it doesn't smudge and move throughout the night. If you're going to be having your photo taken, I'd recommend using a contour shade to add some definition back to the face. Even if you don't do it normally, when you have your photo taken, everything seems to appear quite flat, so adding a bit of structure will help to prevent that. I'm applying it to the hollows of my cheeks, around my jawline and my temples. So highlighter for me is a must. I think it's absolutely beautiful once the light hits it. So what I'm doing is applying a highlighter. This one is by the Balm and it's so pigmented and shimmery, absolutely ideal. I'm applying it anywhere where I want to emphasize. Then I'm going to take a lip liner and I'm going to start out by outlining my lips, and this is going to give some shape to my lips as mine are quite small, especially my top lip. So I'm exaggerating my cupid's bow, and then once I have the shape down, I'm going to start filling in the lips. For me, again, this step's really important because if you're eating or if you're just out for a long time and your lipstick starts to fade off, you won't have that lined lip effect. You'll still have the lip liner on the bottom, so there'll still be a stain to the lips. And that's the finished look, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.